Yo, 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 what's up, guys and girls? I hope you are all doing very, very well. Welcome to the live stream. This should be going out right now on both YouTube and Twitter. So if you are tuned into the chat, wherever you are, first of all, drop a chat. Let me know where in the world you are. Let me know that you can hear me okay. And also let me know where you are in the world. Let me know what city and what country you are in. You'll have to pardon me. I've got some popcorn right here. So we're doing this Kickstarter countdown. We're on day number 30, coming up to the final hour of my Word of Zuby Kickstarter project for my upcoming album, Word of Zuby. Firstly, I want to say a gigantic thank you to everybody who has pledged to it. I've got the window open here. We've currently got 626 people who have backed my project. And we have raised we've raised 75,190 pounds after setting an initial goal of 10K. Now that original goal of 10K was always, that was always a low ball, right? That was really to make sure that the vinyl could happen. This is my first album that I'm going to be putting out on vinyl. And I wanted to make sure that, I wanted to make sure that it made sense to actually do it. Wanted to make sure it made sense to actually do it. So, I was thinking, okay, cool. We'll probably get a multiple of that, but I was not expecting it to raise such a huge amount. We've gone over $100,000 now, which means that everyone who pledged over £100, sorry. I'm sure we're going to have some Americans tuning in as well. Everyone who's pledged over £100 is also going to be able to get one of the Team Zuby Crystal USBs. I'm putting together some limited edition USBs. There's also going to be additional bonuses. So beyond what you picked on the tiers, if you ordered a physical package, I'm also going to be doing lyric booklets. So you've got all the lyrics for the album, and that's going to be exclusive. I'm going to be doing some limited edition wristbands exclusively for people who back the Kickstarter project. I'm also going to be including a postcard of the Word of Zuby artwork. And there's something else as well that I'm missing. What am I missing? Oh, sticker packs as well. I'm going to be doing some exclusive stickers for you guys as well. Awesome. So let me see who's tuning in right now. We got people all over. So we've got shout out to John in Michigan. Shout out to who we got here. Shout out to Breno from Brisbane, Australia. Shout out to Danny from Birmingham, England. Shout out to Shonen Spirit Beast in London. Awesome. We got all people coming through. So I've had a bunch of people over the last half hour, actually, just over the last half hour on Twitter. People have been asking me questions. I said I'd do a Q&A on this live stream. This is a really impromptu live stream. Like I saw, we've got just over an hour left on the Kickstarter campaign. If anyone wants to make a final contribution, the link is somewhere up in the chat. It's also in the description on YouTube as well. So that is how you can make a chat. Let me see if I can actually make a post on Twitter as well, so that you have the option there. Okay, cool. Let me just post this here. Back my projects here. So if anyone still wants to make a contribution in the last hour, then they can do so here. Awesome. Once again, guys, shout out to everybody just tuning in. Once again, thanks so much for all the support. This is amazing. I don't know if you guys know, I did 2 Kickstarter projects in the past. I did one in 2014 where we raised £8,900 for my Year of Zuby album. And then I did another one just a couple years ago in 2018 for my Perseverance album. And that one raised just over £15,000. And it hit that goal on the final day. And this one, we hit 15,000 within the first 24 hours. So this project surpassed my previous one in the first 24 hours. So it did more in 24 hours than the last one did in 30 days, which is crazy. It just shows how much everything has grown. It shows the love out there. It shows the support. And I'm very, very grateful for it. I'm a totally independent artist. I have had some people asking, why are you doing a Kickstarter? Some people asking genuinely, some people just being haters and, not wanting me to be able to do anything without them scrutinizing it or trying to say that I'm scamming people or I'm, a grifter or whatever, Haters are going to be haters, man. Haters are going to be haters. But, as an independent artist, you don't get access to a lot of stuff that labels do. So if you're on a record label, you get big label advances, you get budgets, right? You get 100,000, some people multi-million budgets for not just the creation of an album, but also promotion, tour support, all of these kind of things. There's a lot of money that goes into the making of an album. I think some people think that, oh, it costs like, sure, you can make an album with no money, right? Like you can write a song and, do a basic recording without putting a lot of money in. But if you're trying to put out like a proper record and you want to actually promote it, then that costs money. It costs a lot of money too, not just the creation, but if you're talking promotion, you're talking music videos, you're talking actually trying to do any kind of press and PR, let alone touring costs. And I think with what we've raised now, I think the reality of doing a tour and doing some live performances and stuff like that is very, very real. So I'm going to just have a little bit of popcorn here. I'm actually going to be eating throughout this. This is going to be like my most chilled out. This is going to be my most chilled out live stream ever. Thank you all for the love, man. Okay, so I'm going to look at some of the questions that have come through on Twitter. I feel there's probably a way of me putting them up on the screen, but I'm not really sure. I'm not a live streaming expert. I'm not sure I know how to do that. And if I try, I'll probably mess it up. So I might just, okay, I'm just going to open those up in another screen. And I will read the questions out here. So just give me a second. Bear with me. Shout out to everybody joining the stream. We've got several hundred people tuned in live. Popcorn is the wave. Shout out to John for the super chat here. Let me pop this up. How do I bring this? Let me bring this super chat on the screen. Thanks to John for the super chat. He's donated $5. He wrote, "You are a huge inspiration to me. While this world is too distracted on far too many things, you keep me focused on my health and future." Thank you, man. I'm happy to hear that. God bless. God bless. Got one as well from Shonen Spirit Beast, another £5. Wrote, "Backed word of Zuby a while ago. Thanks for being the voice of reason in this sea of nonsense. Thanks for being awesome." You are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all the support, guys. I appreciate all the support. Great question from Andrea here. If is there any money left for you to keep and put forth another album in the future? Yeah, I mean, the album is not even out yet, which is why this is amazing, because this is all pre-orders. So way more people are going to get the album, going to be putting out merchandise, etc. This is really to enable me to do things that I haven't been able to do with previous albums. So put out more and better music videos, invest into more of it, get out there to the USA, get out to other countries, and actually be able to do some live performances. Of course, doing the vinyl. I mean, we crushed the vinyl goal a while ago. So I'm actually talking about things beyond the production costs and the fulfillment costs, because we crushed those a while back. But it just opens up a whole bunch of doors that typically as an independent artist you wouldn't have, or all these constraints that, man, there's a lot there. There's a lot. Music videos are going to be a big one. I'm really looking forward to putting out a lot of music videos from this album. It's a 13-track album. I want to see if we can do like 5, 6, maybe even 7 music videos. I'm going to let my fans and followers, based on feedback, they can determine what we should be putting out there. So, yeah, there's a whole lot to do. There's a whole lot to do with this. Okay, I'm going to open up my Twitter, and I am going to answer some of these questions. In fact, you know what? I think it might be easiest to do this on my phone. So I'm gonna look down here on my phone, and I am going to respond to some of these questions. So I tweeted, "Ask me anything, not politics or the Rona related. I'll be going live shortly to count down the Kickstarter." Okay, cool. So we got a whole bunch of questions coming through. So first question here is from Karen. Shout out to Karen. Karen is not a Karen, but she is Karen, and she's cool. She wrote, "I notice you always sign off on a Saturday. Is this just to give you a full day's social media break and a day off, or is it because you're a Christian? Just incredibly nosy." So it's primarily to give myself a break. I have well over 500,000, over 700,000 followers on social media now across the different platforms, including 375,000 plus on Twitter, which is like an entire city. It's more people than are in certain countries. So hundreds of thousands of notifications a day, etc. It gets tiring. It can wear you down, and it can kind of cause you to go psychotic if you're not careful. So, It's primarily to give myself a break and to keep myself sane and to keep my energy levels up and to stop me from starting to hate people and hating life, etc., which can happen if you spend way too much time on social media, especially Twitter. So that's the primary reason. Me being a Christian, it's a tiny, tiny factor. I do try to, I do work on Sundays. I don't go as far as like keeping the Sabbath as holy as I could or I should, especially if I was like an Orthodox Jew or something like that. But yeah, on Sundays in general, I try to take it easy. I don't stop doing everything completely, but I try to take it easy, and I certainly take that time off Twitter. So there we go. Got a question from at Free My Soul. She wrote, "Your creative influences would be fun to know." So my biggest inspirations and influences as a rapper are Jay-Z, Tech Nine, Nas, Tupac, Eminem, 50 Cent to some degree, actually. I'm a big fan of Royce da 5'9". Those would be some of the top ones. Mobb Deep. I like a lot of artists. LL Cool J as well, actually. LL Cool J, especially early on, was quite a big influence for me. So yeah, those are some of my primary influences. And then as time goes on, when you start out making music, Kanye West as well. How could I forget? When you start out making music, you tend to model your style on other people. But then as time goes on, you really find and hone your own style. So those influences are always there. But as time goes on, you really work out your own way of doing things. So that's that one. Bit of protein shake. Got to stay jacked. Got back into the gym now. Had 2 sessions already. They opened up on Monday. I was in there Monday and Tuesday. Today I decided to take a day off, get some rest. But I'll be back in there tomorrow. Okay, question from Conway. SDB Conway, shout out to you, man. Thank you for supporting the Kickstarter. I know that you put in a good pledge there. Awesome. Someone else has just backed the campaign. Wow, 2 more people have backed the campaign, so it's now up to 628 backers. If you want to back the campaign, let me just drop the link here again. We've only got 1 hour left to go, so any remaining pledges are most appreciated. So Conway asked me, what's your favorite track on the new album? Honestly, my favorite track is Devil May Cry. Hopefully you guys have seen the video. If you haven't seen the video yet or even heard the song, make sure you check it out. It's right here on my YouTube channel. The single is available on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, all the usual places. Just search for my name, Zuby. Track is called Devil May Cry. The music video is sick. The song is sick. That's actually my personal favorite track off the new album, but I do have a lot of them. But that one was my favorite. So I was like, you know what? Let me do that. Let me do that video now. Get that out there. And yeah, there we go. So that's my personal favorite. But I really look forward to more people hearing the album and people telling me what their favorite tracks are. Popcorn's the wave. Okay, this is a good question coming up next. This should help a lot of people out. Give me a second. Okay. This is a question from Ginger Rob. Rob wrote, how would you create a new income stream if you had 0 savings and currently 0 disposable income? In other words, something from nothing. Also, if this is an AMA, do you fancy getting a Kickstarter going to clear my soul-crushing, life-restricting debts of £11,000? Okay. To answer the second part first, you can't use Kickstarter to just get people out of debt. You could run a GoFundMe for that, but yeah, I don't think it's the way forward. I think the way forward is creating a new income stream. So, okay, the way I look at it is when you don't have time, you have to spend and invest money. And when you, okay, wait, let me rephrase this. If you have a lot of money, but not a lot of time, then you spend and you invest money. When you have a lot of time, but you don't have money, I recommend you spend that time, right? You've got excess time, so use that time, right? So you have to use what you don't. If you got money, but you don't have time, you got to spend money. If you have time, but you don't have money, you got to spend time. Okay, so specifically, how would I create a new income stream starting from 0 savings? Okay, simple. making money, this is an important lesson for anybody, really. I mean, everybody needs money to survive, right? But especially anybody entrepreneurial, is you make money by providing goods and services that people want or need. That's all it is. Anyone who has a job, every single person listening to this, however you earn your income, what you are doing is you are trading goods and or services for money. You're providing a service or a product that people value, right? In some way, shape, or form, whether you are a doctor, a lawyer, a singer, a rapper, a dancer, a plumber, an electrician, a teacher, a waiter, whatever you do, you work in a shop, you are providing a product or a service that people value. So if you are trying to create income, you have to think, okay, what do people need or what people want? Like most people do this by default, right? Most people just call this going out and getting a job or starting a business. But what you are actually doing is you're providing a product or a service. So you have to think based on your own skill set, your own interests, your own abilities, what's available, etc. I don't know if you're trying to take the independent route or you're trying to just get a job. Then you have to think, okay, what do I have to offer the world? What do I have to offer other people that they find valuable? That's all it is. That's all it is, right? People who become multimillionaires, people who become billionaires, etc. If they've done that off their own hard work, then they've done it because they've provided massive value to large numbers of people. To become a billionaire, you have to provide gigantic value to a gigantic number of people in general. Or to become like a millionaire, you've got to provide a lot of value to a few people, or provide many people with a little bit of value, you could say, right? And so it's really just like a mathematical equation. And in terms of what people need and what people value, that's a lot of things, man. Three big ways you can think of it is like health, wealth, and happiness. Most things fall into that one of those three categories, if not multiple ones: health, wealth, happiness. If you can provide something in that sector or things in multiple things in those sectors, then people will be willing and able to buy your product and services, whether that's an employer or that's you being an entrepreneur and going direct to the market. So that's a little bit of a long answer, but hopefully there's some value in that answer itself. And I hope that can help somebody out there, because that's really what it is. I don't think most people kind of view things that way, but that's really what's going on. Okay. Wow. We are up to 630 backers on the Kickstarter project now. 55 minutes to go. It ends at 3 p.m. UK time. Right now it is 2:05 in the UK. So this is exciting. Thank you to everyone who's just backed the project recently. Thanks to everyone who's backed it in general. Much love. Okay. I'm going to answer some more questions here. Let's see what we got here on the Twitter. Question from Brent. How do you survive on 6 hours sleep? 6 hours is nice. Last night, I think I got 4 hours 20, but that's just it's largely because of this project, right? Like most of my audience is in the USA, which means that they are 5 to 8 hours behind me. So sometimes that can cut into my sleep a little bit because I'll still be online responding to people and replying to emails and posting and stuff to make sure I'm reaching those people in the USA. And at a time like this where it's crunch time with the Kickstarter, yeah, it plays on your mind a little while. Like these past 30 days have been really intense. I think some people think when you run a Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaign that you just kind of throw it up there and then sit around and wait for stuff to roll in. But it's not like that. It's not like that. So I'm going to answer more questions. Let's get some popcorn. Shout out to everyone who's just joining the stream. Okay. Next question here is another one from Twitter. This is from Larissa. She wrote, "What's my favorite thing to cook?" What's my favorite thing to cook? Gosh, eggs. Eggs. I cook eggs every day. I've probably cooked eggs every day for the past 20 years or so. So I would say eggs in all various forms. Okay. Next question is from Paula. Paula asked me, how did you become a Christian? Okay, fairly simple answer. I mean, I was born and raised in a Christian family and household. So I guess I've been a Christian since I was a child by birth. Naturally, as you get older, of course, I think any intelligent, critical thinker asks questions, right? And you meet different people and you have conversations and stuff like that. So I think you hit an age where you decide about religion, right? You can try to put religion on a child and then kind of like shield them from the world, so that's all they know. I don't think that's the way forward. I also don't think it's feasible. But I think, as you get older, 11, 12, 13, getting on to your teen years, early adulthood, etc., you've got to think about, okay, what do I believe and why do I believe it, right? You kind of like confirm right? That's why you have confirmation in Christianity, right? You confirm your own belief. And actually, I would say that my belief has actually become stronger over the past few years. I don't know if that's just the way the world is going or starting to understand things in a different way, etc. But I certainly think the value of religion has become a lot more obvious to me over time. And yeah, in terms of me being a Christian, like, honestly, there's no doubt that a big part of it is how I was raised. If someone is raised in an atheist household, they're more likely to be an atheist. If they're raised in a Christian, they're more likely to be Christian. If they're raised in a Muslim household, so on and so forth, right? That's the way of the world. But I think a point comes where, of course, you yourself just have to decide, okay, what do I personally believe, and what's the value of this, and what does it mean, etc. So it would be a really complicated one to get into in like tons and tons of details, but that's kind of that's the reality of it. Question from Shadow X Law: do you use tire flips as part of training regimen? I do not. I don't. Question from Aizen. What's your definition of true happiness? What's your definition of true happiness? That's an interesting question. This isn't one that I have like a kind of given a stock answer for. I would define happiness as living your life with a purpose and experiencing joy on a deep level, not just like the surface level emotion of like, hey, cool, something good happened and so I'm happy, something bad happened so I'm sad. But I think that happiness is a more consistent thing. I also think it's to some degree a little bit of a decision, or maybe even a mental hardwiring, right? I think it's a combination of these things. So to me, happiness is kind of like a mindset. I think you choose to be happy to some degree, and some people are more prone to that, whereas some people are more prone to unhappiness or negativity or even depression, etc. But yeah, I mean, on a more surface level, I guess I would say it is, for me personally, it's freedom and being able to live life on my own terms to as much as possible. It's friends and family and loved ones and a lot of things that you can't buy, right? I think you want to have material comfort so that you're not constantly stressed or feeling anxious. But it goes way, way, way beyond that. I think it's about having purpose, having meaning, having good people around you, feeling love, right? Feeling loved, feeling appreciated, and doing the things that you enjoy and the things that you want to be doing. I think those are all key parts of happiness for me. Just having a quick look at the Kickstarter. Man, there's so many windows open here. Give me a minute. Wow. Just got several more backers. We're up to 634 backers now. Over 75,500 pounds pledged in total with 49 minutes on the clock. Once again, thank you so much to everyone backing the campaign. Massively appreciate it. I'm seeing some questions are coming up in the chat here, so in the YouTube and Twitter chat. So let me just have a quick look here. See what's going on. There's some nice comments. Shout out to Spencer. Someone saying they're waiting for me to sell some bedtime story recordings. has been recommended. I get a lot of comments on my voice, not just the accent, but the voice in general. It's a funny thing. I've had people I just talk to in the real world, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you should do radio, you should do voiceovers, you should do TV, whatever." It's funny, but then I also get people who I get a lot of people who love my voice, and then I also get people who think like my voice is too chilled, especially when I rap. They want me to be like more aggressive, or they want me to like chew on some gravel or something and sound like DMX, R.I.P. But my voice is just my voice, man. I'm not going to put on a voice to appease anybody. It's a good question from Marco. What are you lucky to have in life, man? Man, I'm lucky to have a lot. I'm very, very blessed. My family, first of all, wonderful parents, wonderful siblings, wonderful friends, opportunity to grow up in a time and a place where there's a lot of opportunity afforded to me to make the most of my talents and my natural abilities and to serve other people and to help a lot of people. I feel like God's blessed me a lot in life, right? So that's part of why I go so hard on what I do, because I feel like an ethical duty to maximize that and to make sure that I influence as many people as I can in a positive way, help and inspire as many people as I can, and also just to speak the truth and keep it real. That's really what it's about for me. So a lot of things. Question from Andrea: how do you pronounce your given name? Okay, I'll just do my first name. So. And most people know me as Zuby, of course. That's actually a short form of Unzubechuku, which is my full name, right? You could shorten that to Unzube, which is where you get Zuby from. So that's how you pronounce it. So everyone calls me Zuby, but Unzube is how you pronounce my proper name, and it means God's decision or God's will in the Igbo language of Nigeria. So that's what it means. Okay. A couple more questions. Let me answer these ones quickly. Who or what inspired you to rap? Nobody in particular. When I first started rapping, my favorite rapper was LL Cool J. He's still up there, although like his old material is better than his new stuff, I think. But nobody in particular inspired me to rap. I was just a fan, and I thought I'd give it a shot, and turned out I was good at it. Do you own some crypto? Perhaps. What sports do you play? Right now, I don't. I just go to the gym. I do powerlifting and hybrid of powerlifting and bodybuilding. And I used to play rugby, though. I used to play a lot of sports. Rugby was the one I played for the longest, but I used to play baseball. I used to play football, or soccer, as Americans would call it. I used to be on a swimming team. I've done some athletics before. I've done a lot of things. I've played cricket. I've done rowing. I've done hockey. I've played a ton of sports in my life. Like rugby was like my main one. I played that all the way through university. Thanks for the pledges, guys. We're up to 636 backers now. I think we might hit 650 if it keeps going at this rate. Massive thanks. We got 45 minutes left to go. If you are just joining and you want to check out the project, let me just leave that link again here. Let me leave the link again here in the chat. There you go. Thanks so much. I saw someone saying that they just pledged. Massive thank you. Okay. Any American rappers on your upcoming album? Yes. Bryson Gray, Reverie, Anomaly, Jonas, Eric July, Ruslan. Am I missing somebody? I feel like I don't want to miss anybody. Let me just check my track listing right here. Have I missed anybody? I don't like it when I do a list and then I miss somebody out because it feels really rude. I think those are all the American artists. Yeah, those are the American artists on the album. And all the songs are super dope, so that's exciting. That's really exciting. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Twitter questions. Let's see what people are asking here. Let me get back to people. Okay, question from Joey. I saw that in the Devil May Cry song, you put references to Dante and Nero as well. Are you a gamer at all? If so, what games do you enjoy playing? So, I am not a gamer. I really like video games, but I don't play them a lot because I feel like I'm wasting my time when I do. I used to game a lot when I was a teenager. I used to game a lot. You know, we had like a NES and then a Super Nintendo and then a Nintendo 64, various Game Boys, had a GameCube, primarily Nintendo systems actually, up until the Xbox 360. And I've got an Xbox One. I've got an Xbox One, like you can't see it here, but just in front of me essentially. But yeah, I like video games, but I just don't have a lot of time to play them. Or I do have the time. I don't like the thing I don't have time. I just have other priorities. Right? I have other priorities. So rather than me trying to become very successful in or at a video game, I'd rather just do that in real life. So once in a while, if I got some downtime, yeah, man, definitely down to play some games. But I just don't play them a lot. But yeah, good for picking up on the Devil May Cry. For people who don't know, Devil May Cry is a whole video game franchise. And two of the main characters in it are named Dante and Nero. So if you hear my song Devil May Cry, and you hear those references to Dante and Nero, you know, Dante, Nero, roll with the best. That's from the video game. And the title, the whole thing's like, the whole song is a metaphor. The whole song is supposed to be a metaphor. The whole thing's kind of a double entendre. So shout out to everybody who picked up on that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. More questions. I haven't actually had lunch yet, so the protein shake and popcorn is keeping me going over this next hour. Okay, question from Donnie. A lot of attention is given to people who are trying to lose weight. Do you have any advice for people trying to gain weight? I've stopped using weights and only do exercise yoga at the moment. Wait, you're trying to gain weight, but you've stopped doing weights? That's a bad idea. If you want to gain weight, you want to lift a lot of weights and you want to eat a lot of food. Honestly, it's that simple. I've never, ever struggled to gain weight, but if you are, then try more calorie dense foods, nuts, peanut butter, various types of healthy oils, butter, whole eggs, anything calorific that you like. I mean, if you really struggle to gain weight, you might have to eat a little bit dirty, you know, like get in the pizza and the burgers, etc. If you're really a true hard gainer, those are fairly rare, but that's what you do. But you definitely want to be lifting weights, right? If you're not stopping lifting weights, if you're trying to gain weight and you're not just trying to get fat, is crazy talk. So you need to be lifting weights and you need to be eating a lot of food. You need a caloric surplus. Question: what should I do to reduce my addiction to social media / my phone? Okay. Now, I'm not the best person to ask at this because, I mean, I probably am. I mean, I'm not addicted to social media, but it's such a core part of what I do and my business and how I reach people and stuff. So yeah, sure. Sometimes I waste time on it, but I produce a lot more than I consume on it. I think I know for the vast majority of people that's inverted. But first thing is that if you know you have an addiction, I guess that's literally the first step. Something you can consider is getting a dumb phone. Right. The only reason these phones are addictive is because they're smartphones, like they're computers, they're internet browsers. They've got games on them. They've got social media, etc. So you can try getting a dumb phone, just like an old school cheap phone that doesn't have amazing internet and all these apps and stuff like that. Something that you just call and text people with, and that naturally will be pretty boring. But then besides that, I would recommend you can have like a curfew on it. So I don't recommend playing around with your phone a lot before bed. It disrupts your sleep anyway. And then just putting it in another room. Like if I want to work really hard, I don't keep this around me. Like if I need to just work, I will take this. I'll put it outside I'll put it in a different room, put it in a whole different room, put it on silent, and then I will work and I'll check it later. And then that's how I do it. So put it in a different room. If it's on you, if it's within your arm's reach, even if it's within your eyesight, it's going to distract you. Your brain knows, okay, it's there, and it's going to constantly want to be checking, even though you just checked, because you get that dopamine addiction. What you're addicted to is the dopamine hits you're getting off your phone. And also turn off notifications. Turn off all your notifications, except for an actual incoming call. So those are some tips on how to be less addicted to your phone and social media. Just monitor your use and be careful with it. Have you seen Zack Snyder's Justice League? No, I have not. I have not seen Justice League. We're up to 637 backers. Massive thanks. 38 minutes to go. Wow. This is crazy. Pardon me. Let me have a little sip of my protein. Knock it out. Okay. Someone wrote carnivore diet, yay or nay. I'm not a big fan of diets that are ultra restrictive. Unless you have a specific reason to eat nothing but meat, I'm like, why would you do it? If you have some autoimmune disorder or something that makes you react really badly to carbohydrates, whether they're starches or fruits or vegetables, sugars, whatever it is, then I guess you can give the carnivore diet a shot. I know that there are people that has helped, but otherwise, I'm an omnivore, man. I'm not a big fan of diets where you totally cut out any entire food group, whether that's going zero carb or going 100% plant-based. If you do that for ethical reasons, that's a different thing. I can understand that. Going full carnivore, etc. Not a fan. Not a fan. Zero, trying to go like ultra low fat. All those. No, you need all the different food groups. You want to get. There's no point. And like I said, unless you have a specific reason, you don't need to cut out any entire food group. So I'm really a nay on that one, unless you're one of these exceptions, unless you have a particular reason, right? Because you can just do, you can eat meat and then you can also eat everything else, right? So unless there's a really good reason not to, why would you want to cut out certain nutritious things? Okay. What other questions we got here? Question from BC the Wildcat. What made you decide to go for it when you entered music? I don't do things by half measures. If I'm going to do something, I do it properly. I'm not someone who really I'm not really someone who dabbles. I'm not much of a dabbler. If I want to do something, it's serious. Like if I say, okay, I'm going to become a rapper, trust me, I'm going to become a rapper. If I say I'm going to write a book, that book is getting written. If I say I'm going to learn a new language, I'm learning it, etc. If I'm not going to do it, I just don't even say it. So for me, it's just my mentality. It's kind of binary. It's a little bit all or nothing. So that's the same with my music. Question from Lily. When are you going to do a song with Ryan Leslie? I don't know. In the future, hopefully. I can see that happening. What else we got? Shout out to everybody joining the chat. And we're up to 638 backers now on the Kickstarter. Thank you. We got 36 minutes left. This is crazy. Okay. Someone wrote, how do we get you on the racquetball court so you can fall in love and promote this awesome sport? I played racquetball before, actually, when I was in Saudi. Racquetball barely exists in the UK, but I grew up in Saudi Arabia, and there was actually a racquetball court there, so I've played it a couple times. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say than that. It's all right. It's all right. I never really got into racket sports that much, whether it's I played rackets. That itself is actually a sport. Most people don't know that. I think it's one of the fastest sports in the world. Excuse me. So I've played that. I've done squash. I've done like tennis, even table tennis and racquetball, badminton as well. All fun, happy to give them a shot, but I'm not amazing at them, and I've never put much work into any of them. So there we go. Someone wrote, do you think music is a portal to heaven? Not literally, no. Favorite character from The Lord of the Rings? I've never seen it. If a bear and a shark fought, who would win? Okay. A bear and a shark fighting, who would win? Let's see. I think it depends on the terrain. I think if they're on land, my money's definitely going on the bear. Definitely. In the water, I think the money is going on the shark, man. I think it's that simple. I don't think there's any way to make this a fair fight given the sort of living and breathing situations of these animals. I mean, if the shark is simply out of water for a relatively short amount of time, then it'll die simply by suffocating. Similarly, a bear could just be drowned by the shark, right? It could just get in one good bite, take it down, drag it underwater, and the bear's finished. So I think it depends on the terrain. I think it depends on the environment there. Shark out of water, that's not going to do too well. I like these questions though. This is fun. Someone wrote, do you like nature? Yeah, I mean, very general question. Yes. I guess so. I like nature. If you're talking about going out into the environment and having a good time, absolutely. Nature is also very, very scary, right? Like the whole tale of humanity is humans trying not to get murked by nature, right? Like there's a lot of stuff in nature that's trying to kill us, whether that is environmental factors, volcanoes, floods, natural disasters, earthquakes, tornadoes, all that good stuff. And then we've got like the whole animal kingdom. Even the plant kingdom, even the plant and fungi kingdoms are trying to kill us sometimes. So there's a whole lot of stuff out there. But yeah, I love nature, but nature is also very, very scary. And that's not even talking about human nature, which is probably the most scary aspect of it, but also the most wonderful, because humans are both the best and the worst species on the planet. And I think you all know what I mean by that. Okay, someone, D7B, has asked me who my favorite rap producers are. Okay, good question. My favorite producers... I just read a funny comment here. It just made me laugh. From Andrea again. She wrote, ASMR chewing popcorn and drinking protein. I don't think that's what people want for... I don't think that's what people want for ASMR. But, you know, if there's an audience for it, then I'll consider it. Let me know. What was my question? Favorite rap producers. Okay. My favorite rap producers are DJ Premier, Dr. Dre, Kanye West, big fan of the Neptunes. Timbaland is dope, of course. I think my favorite of all time is DJ Premier. But I like a lot of different producers. But those five are maybe my top five. Those are the ones that, pardon me, those are the ones that jump out at me the most immediately. So there we go. Okay. Question from Andrew. What's the most basic item you own that brings most joy? Oh, that brings most joy to most joy to others. I guess. What's the most basic item you own that brings most joy to others? I'm not sure if it's items that I own that bring joy to other people, but in terms of most basic item I own that brings joy to myself, that's probably a better question. Most basic item I own that would give me joy to myself. Honestly, let's see. Man, that's actually kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. I don't really think that much of like items bringing me joy. I think of like other people and activities that I do bringing me joy. That's a tricky one. I feel like saying something music related, like, I don't know, music itself. I don't know. Music and books, something related to music and books, most likely. Tom from Tar2 has just asked me Bitcoin ? Yes. Let's see. Someone's asking if I'm buying into the Coinbase IPO. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Who's your favorite superhero? Also, mad respect from Mexico. Who's my favorite superhero? One of my favorite superheroes, I think, is actually Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always been my super favorite. It's weird. Like I don't really think of it. Like I like Spider-Man. I also like Wolverine. I know he's kind of, part of the X-Men. He's not really like his own solo character. It's not how he's normally looked at, but I think those are two of the most compelling superheroes to me. Superman is too powerful. Like, I know Superman's super popular, but he's too powerful. Like, he's too powerful. I know he's got his weakness in kryptonite, but I like superheroes that are, I don't know, I think they got to have a little bit more vulnerability. It's also why I don't find Thor that interesting, because the guy's literally a god. He's just too powerful. If superheroes are just too powerful, then I find them less compelling, because it's just like, okay, well, you can just do anything. So, what's the weakness here? There's not as much humanity in there. So I'm going to go with Spider-Man for now. Spider-Man and Wolverine. Okay. All right. Let me do a quick check-in on the Kickstarter, actually, because I think we got less than half an hour left to go. Okay. We're up to 639 backers. Are we going to crack that 640? If you want to back my project, let me put it in the chat again, because I know people are coming. People are dipping in and out. Some people are staying for the whole chat. I know it's a weird time for some people, especially if you're in the US. Even in the UK, it's midday, so I understand if this was an impromptu live stream. So I appreciate so many people tuning in. Okay, let's see what else we got. Ooh. Okay, this is a good question. Coming from a family of doctors, did you feel pressure to be super successful? It's a really good question, actually. My dad is a doctor, and I've got lots of doctors in my family. Um, that's a good question. Not particularly. I don't think it's from that anyway. I don't even feel like pressure. I think most of the pressure I feel for most of the things that I do, including success and my career, are largely internal. It's not like external pressure from coming from other people. It's largely an internal thing. It's pressure I put on myself to go well beyond and above anything remotely average or mediocre. And like I said earlier, to take my God-given talents and abilities and experiences and backgrounds, etc., and use that to do as much good and help and influence and inspire as many people as possible. That's what drives me in my music, writing my book, doing my podcast, doing social media, so interviews, so many things I do. It's about helping and inspiring and motivating other people in various different ways. I've been given a lot of different skills and abilities and interests and ideas. And so whether that's trying to help somebody to build muscle or lose weight, improve their body, making music that motivates and inspires people in a positive way, putting out content that makes people think more critically and question the narrative and feel more confident being themselves, and going against the grain if need be, encouraging people to tell the truth, encouraging people to be themselves, go after their dreams, put in the work, hustle, maximize their own potential. That's what I'm all about. I'm trying to do these things for myself all the time. I'm obsessed with self-improvement. I'm always trying to be getting better at what I do, from the way I speak and articulate myself, to the way I write, to the way I rap, to the way I perform, to the way everything I do. I'm always trying to get better, trying to get faster, trying to get stronger, trying to get in better shape, trying to look better, feel better, everything. I'm always trying to maximize all of that, trying to reach my own potential. And I want to be an example for other people to do the same. So that's really, really that if you could sort of sum up the Zuby mission, that's really the Zuby mission. That's what it's about. I'm externally motivated in that sense, in that I see, man, it's billions and billions of people in this world, hundreds of millions of people who need help. Billions of people, everybody needs help. Everyone's trying to live. Everyone's trying to get better. Everyone's trying to find their purpose, find their meaning, be of value to others, enjoy their lives, have good relationships, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to be a small part of that for as many people as I can be. So that's really, really what drives me. It's not so much the doctor thing, but seeing those examples probably, I'm sure that doesn't hurt at all. A lovely comment from Janan. She wrote, "You are inspiring so many people. Thank you." Thank you, Janan. And thank you so much for your generous pledge. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Question from let's see. Oh, someone asked, I'm not going to be able to get to all of these questions, by the way, guys. I'm just going through them in the order that they show up on my phone. Do you have a favorite anime? I haven't watched a lot of anime. The only one that I've watched a lot of is Attack on Titan. And also I watched something called Megalobox. That was cool. But I'm not super duper into anime. Like when it gets into anime, TV series, even movies, I'm not great at it. Like I don't watch a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to some of these questions. I'm gonna do another sort of 15 to 20 minutes of this Q&A. Then I'm gonna have to turn my focus to the Kickstarter. Oh wow, we're over 640 backers now, up to 641 backers. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate the support. I can't wait for you all to hear the album. And remember, if you pledge £15 or over, then you'll also get an invite. I'm going to be doing an online listening party. I'm still working out exactly how I'm going to do it in terms of like playing the music so people can hear it. I'm going to see if there's a solution that's better than just holding a speaker up to the microphone or something. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. That everyone who backs the project at £15 plus will be invited to that. And I'm going to be doing that sometime next month. So now's a good time to get in. Someone's asking me, have you read Tolle's book? How do you, is it Eckhart Tolle or Eckhart Tolle? No, I haven't. I haven't read his books. That's the guy who wrote, what's his book called again? Is it The Power of Now? Something like that. That's his really famous one. I haven't. No, I saw his interview on the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin's show. I saw that a while back, but I haven't read his book. Someone, how do you stay motivated in working out? Honestly, I don't. I'm way beyond the point of motivation. Like it's very difficult for me not to work out. It's kind of like asking how I get motivated to brush my teeth or take a shower or whatever. Like I just do it. It's part of my lifestyle habit. Habits destroy motivation. Like when I say destroy, I mean they're way better. If you really want to you want to get to the stage where you don't even need to be motivated, right? You just do it. It's habitual. So that's really where you want to get with training. Someone wrote, what's the best way to cut? In short, calorie deficit. Longer answer, honestly, buy my book, Strong Advice, Zuby's Guide to Fitness for Everybody. I wrote it to answer these type of questions. It's available on ebook. The paperbacks are sold out. Ebook and audiobook now. Go to teamzuby.com and you can check out the book. Someone's asking me about my workout split. Same answer, honestly. Someone's asked, do you ever get anxiety? If so, what are your coping mechanisms and tips? I'm someone who always overthinks and can let my thoughts consume me. Honestly, this is not something that I struggle with. I don't get anxiety, but I am very much I don't know if I'm overthinker. I'm just a massive thinker. I'm always thinking. It's one of the reasons I don't get enough sleep. So, I don't know if I can give any advice on this one that's actually relevant. I'll kind of just be grasping at straws a little bit, but maybe if you can find out what the root cause of that anxiety is, if there's something in particular that you think is causing it, then maybe you need to actually fix that problem in your life to stop you from thinking about it. I know with me, sometimes when I do feel that temporarily, it's specifically because there's something going on that I can pinpoint and be like, okay, this is making me feel pressure or making me feel a little bit anxious, etc., because this thing's going on and it's running in the background and it's on my head. Next question from Ellen Reber. What do you enjoy most about being an artist? Two parts. Number one is the actual creative process. I love writing songs. I love making songs. I love the creative process. And then I love the impact it has on people. So to me, the best part of being an artist it's actually live performances, because the internet is cool. Being able to do stuff like this is cool, but nothing beats being able to see people face to face, see people enjoying their music, receiving that positive feedback in real time, and people actually just being on board with what you're doing. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Question from Gene, boxers or briefs? I'm going to go with boxers. Someone asked, if I stream, can I play your music in the background without copyright? If you put it on YouTube, it'll automatically get flagged with copyright because I'm a member of something that does that. With that said, just let me know. Drop me an email, zuby@zubymusic.com, something like that. Not something like that. That is my email, zuby@zubymusic.com. And if you want to feature my music on one of your channels, then you're totally welcome to do it. In fact, I'm giving you permission to do it now, as long as you provide credit. But just know that it may get flagged. So if you put it on YouTube or something like that, you won't get a copyright strike, but you won't be able to monetize the video because it'll pick up "That's my song," and some of those royalties are going to go towards, eventually lead back towards me. So that's something to be aware of. Someone's asked, if you were not a successful entrepreneur, what industry and job role would you work in? Man, I don't know. I'm very entrepreneurial minded. Other jobs that I think I could do, I know I could be a doctor. I could be a good doctor. I could be an engineer. I could work in IT. I could possibly work in academia at a higher level, not teaching children, but teaching like young adults and actual adults. Those are some things I can see myself doing. But even if I were not in music, I'd still be an entrepreneur / businessman to some degree, because it's the way I'm wired. It's what I'm interested in, and there's no ceiling on it. Okay. Question. Do you drink coffee? No. Do you think AI will eventually lead to the end of the human race? Oh boy. Man, I think that human beings are going to I think we're eventually going to be our own downfall. I think that that could come through AI, right? That could come through us just getting so reckless and building up such a God complex that we just create something that ultimately replaces or kills us. I think that's totally possible. It's a bit of a deep question. I'd have to go in on that a while, but I don't want to. I think it's possible, though. I do think it's possible. Okay. I'm trying to chew a little bit away from the microphone so not all hearing my mouth noises. Question from Jackson. Can you sing as well as rap? Not really. I'm a much better rapper than I am a singer. If I could sing, I'd be a singer. Oh, wow. Okay. By the way, guys, we got less than 20 minutes left on the Kickstarter. Less than 20 minutes left. Let me just okay, the link is still easily visible. So where are we now? 641 backers. God bless you guys. 17 minutes to go. Thank you for the love. You've got literally 17 minutes left to pledge. If you're listening to this and you would like to pledge, then now is the time. Let me just do one more quick post on this. Give me 1 second, guys. Just making a post here. Okay. Yeah, guys, thank you for all the love, man. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay, I think I'm going to get to... Okay, we got... I'm going to do this for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we need to turn the focus back to the Kickstarter. Someone asked, do you agree that digital music equipment just doesn't sound right? I can't put my finger on just what's wrong, but I prefer the sound of music being played through analog equipment. I don't know about that one. It sounds fine to me. It sounds fine to me, honestly. I know some people do prefer the analog sound and swear they can tell the difference, but for me, it's so minuscule. It's so minuscule that I don't really think about it too much. Question from Virtual Nomads. How do you juggle the many hats you wear as a polymath? How do you give enough time to each project without feeling overwhelmed? Well, you're assuming that I don't feel overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed for the past 10 years at least. But that's fine. That's fine. I do what I enjoy. It comes back, like I said, to doing what you want to be doing and doing what you enjoy. So if you enjoy what you do, then you just do it. You just do it. It doesn't all feel like work all the time. Some aspects of it, of course, feel like work. But if you're doing what you genuinely enjoy and what you're good at, then you just manage. I dedicate different days to different things in terms of something that's more practical. So I might have a day where it's like, okay, cool, I'm totally focused on music today, whether that's songwriting or it's promotion or it's this or it's that. I'll have other days where it's like, okay, cool, I just want to focus on my podcast. I'm going to do a bunch of interviews. I'm going to appear on other people's shows. I'm going to do my own, etc. So that's how I personally do it. Your favorite meal? Wow, I don't know. My favorite food is gelato, though. I'm a big ice cream junkie. Someone wrote, any thoughts on cryptocurrencies? Yeah, I've been talking about cryptocurrencies since 2017. There's actually a song on my Perseverance album called Cryptocurrently, where the whole song is about cryptocurrencies, and I think I name drop about 40, 50 different cryptos in that, although some of those ones are like not really popping these days. I might need to do a Cryptocurrently part 2 to make it more current, because a lot of stuff has been going on. 2 trillion plus market cap, baby. Wow. Okay, this is a big question from Awakening. What are the most important things an independent artist should be aware of or / to do to be successful? How do you deal with the scrutiny that comes with being a public figure whose views go against the system's narrative? Okay, the second part, that's a huge question. I feel like I've answered that on several podcasts and interviews, how you deal with the scrutiny. So check out some podcasts for that one. But what are the important things an independent artist should be aware of and do? Realize that everything is about fans. Everything is about your supporters. A lot of people in music and in other things, they spend all this time trying to chase other people, trying to chase this record label, chase this radio station, chase this executive, chasing people. It's like, if you're going to chase people, chase your actual potential fans and supporters. Those are always going to be your lifeblood. I mean, look at this Kickstarter campaign. This has happened with zero music industry support. Nobody. Like, no one in the, like, apart from like a couple people who are like my fellow musician friends who have pledged to it or supported it. This is not an industry thing. This is just about my direct connection with other people who want to see me succeed, who want to support my product, who want to support what I do, and who like my music and my message. So realize that everything is about your fans and your supporters, and prioritize them and do stuff for them. Stop chasing labels and chasing the music industry. It's not worth it. Okay. Next question. What were you doing at the age of 22/23? Good question. 22, 23. I still had a corporate job. I was a management consultant. I was gearing up to leave that job, but yeah, I was a management consultant. I was working based in London, but working in a few different cities, still doing my music stuff. By that point I had, 2 albums and 1 EP, two albums and 2 EPs out. So, I had 4 releases. I was doing my music. I was gigging. I was promoting. I was hustling. But I also had a full-time job at the time. When the eventual tour is possible, what city are you most excited to visit? Wow. I don't even know. What city am I most excited to visit? I don't know. Some places I'm excited to return to, Nashville, Dallas, even LA, New York. I don't know. I mean, US cities in general. I'd love to do a European tour as well, though. A lot of places in Europe I'd love to get out to. I've performed in 8 countries so far, I think. And I really want to be adding to that list in way more cities. Craig has just asked, how are you doing? I am doing very well. Thanks, Craig. Wow. Okay, we've got 11 minutes to go on the Kickstarter, guys. We're up to £75,704. I don't know what that is in dollars. Someone can comment on what is showing up on the dollars. I'm literally going to drop the link one more time. Last chance to. Cool. Yep, we're coming in, man. This is the home straight now. This is the home straight. So I am going to answer I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and then I'm going to turn my eye towards the Kickstarter. Give me 1 second. Someone just asked me if I work out. Come on, man. Hopefully it's obvious by now. Someone's asked me just, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm excited. I feel very blessed. I'm pretty tired. I am tired. I'm under-rested, but I am happy. I'm blessed. I'm grateful to have wonderful supporters and just a wonderful life in general. How much do you eat in a day when training? If I'm training normally about 3,200, about 3,200 calories or so to maintain my weight. Deadlift, squat, bench press goals. Honestly, I think I don't know if I'm going to break like all my PBs that I've already got, but, we'll see. I'm just seeing these questions real quick. Crypto, yes or no? Yes. Do you drink alcohol? No. What would be your advice to someone who's in a minor alcohol addiction? Oh, geez, man. I don't know how to deal with addictions. Like my basic answer would be like, stop drinking. But it might be a little bit more nuanced than that. Someone's written dogs or cats. It's possible to like both, guys. But dogs. Who would win in a fight between Scrappy Doo and Godzuki? Man, I barely remember Godzuki. That's like the mini Godzilla dude or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Scrappy because Scrappy's who I know. Where did you get your name, Zuby? I've talked about that. It's a short form of my full name. Question from Marianne. Did I imagine that you had an English accent previously? Could have sworn that you did. Now all I hear is an American one. I thought you grew up in the UK. No, I've never had an English accent in my life. Never. So you definitely imagine that. What do you think of Tesla cars? They're pretty cool. I don't own one, but I've been in several of them. I've been in the Model S, the Model X, and what's that other one? Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. I'm not really convinced that they're sort of saving the environment and all that, but they're cool cars. They're cool cars. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. We're almost up to 76,000. Someone just put in a big pledge. We've got 8 minutes to go. 643 backers. 7 minutes to go now. Wow. Wow. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you so much for the support. It's really, really appreciated. I'm going to answer 2 more questions, okay? 2 more questions. Let's see. I'm going to try to find 2 good ones. When are you coming to America? This summer. This summer. I will be in America this summer. Definitely. Definitely. I'll be in the USA this summer. Okay. And let me answer one more question. Wow. Okay, this is an interesting one. Someone wrote, do you plan to go the Tom McDonald route? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. We're both independent artists. I'm not sure if you mean musically or what. I'm hoping we actually will be, we chat. We follow each other on social media. So, you know, we've chatted. Hopefully we'll get a song together at some point. Hopefully we will get a song together. That would be super dope. I think that would blow the internet up. So there we go. Awesome. So the Kickstarter is, where are we now? We've literally got 6 minutes left. We are on 643 backers, 75,885 pounds pledged. It looks like, how much is that in dollars? Someone is saying that's over $104,000. So, wow. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much for the love. I can't wait for you, everyone who's backed this, and everyone who hasn't as well. Thank you for the love and for the support. Massive thanks to everyone who has pledged, because, man, this is it's overwhelming. I wasn't expecting the project to be this successful, but it's opening a lot. It's going to open a lot of doors. Not only will I be able to invest properly in music videos and various aspects of promotion that I haven't been able to previously as an independent artist, but I think given its level of success, I think we can start looking at doing some shows. When the world gets back to normal, when I'm able to travel again properly and all of that, then yeah, we're going to have to get some live shows going. Yeah, it's overwhelming. So yeah, there's 5 minutes left to back. If you guys want to get the album on download, plus get the invite to the online listening party. If you want to get it on CD, happy to sign it for you. If you want to get a bundle of CDs, if you want to get it on the signed exclusive double purple vinyl, I'm going to be placing the order for that soon. If you want to get your name in the credits, you can go have a quick look at the page, see what all the options are. A lot of cool options. As I've said before, there's a whole bunch of bonuses that have been unlocked because we've gone so far over the goal. So physical people who opted for a physical reward, you're also going to be getting the lyric booklet, sticker pack, the postcard. If you pledged over £100, you're going to be getting the crystal USB as well, 8 gigabyte crystal USB. And am I missing anything? Oh, you're going to get the wristband as well. I'm going to make some exclusive wristbands exclusively for backers. So those are going to be available as well. This project is actually the highest funded hip hop Kickstarter project in the UK ever, by the way. So thank you. I think it might even be in the top 10 highest funded UK music projects ever as well. And yeah, this is just love of the fans. This is just the support of the people. This isn't like some crazy PR campaign. This is just myself, you guys, fans on social media, supporters in the world, friends, people who genuinely love what I'm doing and want to see it succeed. So massive thank you. As I'm talking, we're literally on 3 minutes. I'm going to literally sit back with some popcorn for a second. Just reading through some of these comments. A big one. Maybe one day. Never been out there. Not maybe. It'll happen. It'll happen. I just don't know when. Two minutes remaining. Thank you guys for the love, man. Thank you so much. It's popcorn, dude. Popcorn. We are working on it. Hopefully later this year. Okay, it's gone down to seconds. 103 seconds remaining. Wow. 99 seconds. Massive thanks to everyone who's joined the live stream. Big thanks to everyone supporting, everyone who has pledged to the project. I'm gonna need to eat properly after this because I'm a hungry man. Much love, Andrea. Andrea is one of my best fans in the entire world. One of my best fans in the entire world. So massive love to Andrea. She's always there, always supporting, always, every time. Big love to you. Ooh, 40 seconds to go. The clock has gone red on Kickstarter. Look at that. If you're on the page, it's counting down to red. 30 seconds to go. Mm-mm-mm. 15 seconds to go, peeps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Boom. It's done. 75,885 pounds pledged. That is 758% of the original goal of 10,000 pounds. In dollars, I think that is, good grief, what is that in dollars, man? Let's see, was it 75,885 GBP to USD? Man, $104,560. Man, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Huge thanks. So much love to everyone who's pledged. I cannot wait for you to hear the new album. Very, very, very excited for you to hear it. I hope that you will love it. I hope that you will love it. I'm so excited about it. And yeah, it's my best album. It's my best album. So I'm grateful to have fans all over the world. So many people backing me, supporting me. I don't want to let you guys down. I want to give you the dopest music. I want to give you the best music videos that I can do. Yeah. And man, I'm just excited. I'm excited. I've been grinding so hard for 15 years and then extra hard for the last 30 days to make this happen. So I'm so glad it's been a success. Very, very grateful for you. I'm going to be updating everybody. If you've backed the project, you're going to be getting exclusive updates over the next period of time. Next steps are going to be I'll be sending out backer surveys. So I've had a few people saying, hey, I backed the project. Where do I provide my address? A survey is going to go out shortly where you can fill in your address and some additional details. And that'll make sure that that's all confirmed so that you will get your CDs, your vinyl, any other physical goods that you've been rewarded with. And I'll be keeping in touch with you. Next steps, I'll be getting the CDs manufactured. I'm going to be getting the vinyl manufactured. That's going to take a couple months. Vinyl takes a long time. I'm going to be getting more music videos done. I want to do an animated music video actually for one of the tracks. So I'm talking to a few different animators there, and I'm going to do another music video, with my friend Liam, who did the Devil May Cry and OK Dude music videos. We're going to get some more in the pipeline. And yeah, I'll just be getting stuff geared up for this release. It's going to be a lot of fulfillment. I'm going to be spending a lot of time getting things out there to people. It's going to be Lord knows how much money is going to be spent at the post office. But yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yo, I need to get some lunch. So thank you once again for joining the live stream. Thank you very much to everybody who backed my project. Thank you very much to everybody who has been supporting me, whether you are new to Team Zuby or you've been riding with me for several years. It's all love. It's all appreciated. I'm going to bounce. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And yeah, stay tuned. More greatness to come. Peace out.